She likes a boy, she likes a boy, she likes a boy, she likes a boy, and I'm not a boy, I'm not a boy, I'm not a boy, I'm not a... Am I so angry in the first place? You were my heart. She likes a boy, she likes a boy, she likes a boy, she likes a boy, and I'm not a boy, I'm not a boy, I'm not a boy, I'm not a... She likes a boy, she likes a boy, she likes a boy, and I'm not a boy, I'm not a boy, I'm not a boy, I'm not a boy. Hi. Oh, hi, squirrel. Yeah. You monkey, monkey. You run a train like a time walkie-talkie. Hello. No one better than me. There's no one better than me. Nope. Let's try again. Not that one. Okay, that one's going. Nice squirrel. Isn't she so cute? She actually helped me write the first book because every time I sit over here and I have my blanket on me, she goes and lays in my lap, and then I can't leave because she's there. Yeah. Oh, squirrel, you're so helpful. Alright, so YouTube is confirmed going. Let's pop on over to Twitch, see how that's doing. 4th time's the charm, am I right? Technology is such a blessing. Now let's see. Live. Is this one going? Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, I don't want to hear it. I just want to see the chat. Chat settings. Okay, well, it's going. More messages below. Show me my chat. Okay. Well, that's going. So hopefully it picks it up on this multi-stream here. Yeah. Okay, close tab. Okay, that's closed. Close that. Won't be needing that. That'll be my Twitch chat over there. Oh, she's descended. She's descended and staticked up the keyboard. She's like, yeah, what about it? Gosh, she's so crazy. Alrighty, so let's let a couple more people filter in here before I get into the good news, bad news, indifferent news, what have you. Good news, got a tiny bit of writing done today, which is better than the absolute zero writing that I've gotten done pretty much the rest of the week. It has been a bad week for writing. But I did learn a new skill. I can swim now, so that's good, which means we can do some summertime activities as rewards for finishing the book. So that'll be great. And then, oh, hello. My chair completely disintegrated, so I have a new chair coming. Hopefully it fits in the space. No, please don't knock over my clothes. Please, no mischief during the stream, kitty cats. I can only handle maybe 2 more things going wrong today. No, you don't. No. How about, what if, and hear me out, you just sat in your little tart bed? No. No. How about you sit in your little tart bed over here, and that's your little spot. That can be your little spot. Right there. That's your spot. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hold on, let's get her a little lemon. You can have a lemon and a kiwi. I would give her a strawberry, but they've kind of drug it under the bed. No, just enjoy your fruit salad, little tart, over here. No mischief. How about what if you did not do that? You just enjoyed your little tart bed. Yeah. See, the tart bed is nice. Absolutely not. She's not going to participate in my tart bed activities for her. Okay. Well, anyhow, we still have 5 chapters and an epilogue to write because I got like almost nothing done. I've had a full week of activities and no downtime, and I had to pick up an extra shift, so that's not been great. But we'll still get this done on the deadline. We have, what's the timer say? 7 days? 7 days is a lot of days. I just have to write a chapter a day or 2 a day, and then we're Gucci. And then from the 7th to the 13th, I'll format it, which formatting is going to be so easy. And then that book will be done, and then we can just go straight on to book club. We're going to do it. The deadline is important, because if there is no deadline, it won't get done. But we're getting there. We're getting there, and that'll be 2 books in under a year. So, like, that's pretty... Okay, hold on. One second. Squirrel, you're really becoming the main character of this. She has to go tell my roommate that I didn't let her do what she wanted, which is the highest crime in all of the land here, is not letting her do what she wants. She's far too clever for an ordinary cat. She got waffles for breakfast, too. Can you believe that? She will sit in the kitchen and wait until the waffle iron dings, and then she demands to have a tiny cat-sized waffle. Every time. And she's meant to do a little trick for it, but if she's particularly cross with me, she will deny doing those little tricks and insist that she still get a waffle, which is, I mean, she's just been bad as hell today. But then, after she's been given a waffle, she's quite affectionate. I've never had a cat that wants to eat waffles. It's the weirdest little quirk. It's just a lot of weird quirks. One of these days we'll get into them. But, anywho, we have a novel to write. So, right now we are writing an abuse chapter, which is, I mean, pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy. It's a teenager trying to run away from home, essentially. So I'm about halfway through. I finished the first half of the argument slash escalation, and now I have to fill in kind of like, I guess, sort of the beach episode portion of it. And then the flashback era of that will be done, and then we'll pop back in and we'll do abuse times 2, or chapter, what is it here? Chapter 23. So chapter 23 is what we're going to be working on right now. And it should be kind of a banger. I'm trying to elicit sort of that That chapter is sort of in The Great Gatsby, where like he goes off to war and then comes back and like finds that his girlfriend is married to this like douche, and that's sort of the vibe that we're going to carry throughout the chapter of that. And I want to have elements of kind of like the illusion of choice in like abusive relationships and why like the women don't leave, which boggles my mind, but we're going to touch on elements of that. Maybe it'll help me understand that dynamic a little bit better. But the main character will also be dealing with kind of like the feelings of confusion, like why won't she leave? Because when she was in an earlier position where she was being abused, she tried to leave and couldn't, but didn't choose not to, which is a very big distinction between these two characters. The one person lacks the tools and resources to be able to achieve their goals, and the other person just sort of like stagnates in these kind of bad situations despite having like multiple resources and ways to escape. And then probably to lighten up after that chapter, we will go to I still need to finish the text chapter from 19. Let's see. Oh yeah, so we've got this to work on today, and nope, not that one. This one. We gotta try and figure out the ending to the date scene. God damn it, I opened Spotify again. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. So we've got to finish the date scene. Write the abuse scene, finish the flashback. I mean, that's probably plenty to do today. And then Monday will be the thriller chapter. Did I finish A Place to Land? No. So I'll finish A Place to Land. That's kind of like sort of the winter arc. That one will be finished. Yeah, I'm essentially going to build up momentum from the character kind of essentially conducting themselves like a stray animal. So they're going to go from like very wary and unsure to like, privileged house cat kind of status over the course of that chapter. And then chapter 22, there'll be an argument, and then how they deal with that. And then chapter 23 will be the abuse, and so that'll be like a little bit of a bolder reflection on like how people deal with problems. 24. Okay, 24 will be the ceremony, and that'll be really cute. Probably a shorter chapter though. And then finally the epilogue. Nope, that's not the epilogue. Oops. 25 is like the big event. That's going to be a closeout. It's essentially going to be kind of like a touring episode. So they go on tour and get interviewed by the news. So I've got to get that one done. But that'll probably be the ending one. Maybe I'll write the epilogue before that. No. I'll write that and the epilogue in tandem, probably. So yeah, we can do it in a week. It's going to be tough, but I think we'll be able to do it. And then this book will launch on Father's Day because it's mostly fatherless activities. So then that'll be 2 books in under a year. And then I will start writing book 2 of Bite, which is a vampire romantasy novel that I wrote. It's my debut novel. And it has a sunshine vampire, ironically, and then a grumpy farm girl. And they're going on an adventure to reclaim a kingdom he's supposed to be ruling but isn't. And then I'll write book 2 of that, which will have kind of a Black Flag character and a villainess arc. And then I will also probably tandem be writing Moon and Marble, which is a billionaire romance with an Asian male love interest, which is, I just need 2 more character storyboards on that before I can start getting after it. Because I already have at least 3 of the major scenes storyboarded and almost fully written. Oh, I have like no energy today, you guys. I think I probably needed more coffee. I say coffee, but it's chai tea. Maybe we should make an espresso. Maybe an espresso. I tried having, what are these drinks? Like an Aloha or something like that. Tropical energy. I had an Alani, and that thing had me so wired for the rest of the day. That was way too much caffeine for me. Let's see, does Starbucks have the same amount of caffeine? Because I think the Alani was 200 milligrams. How much caffeine is this? Ingredients. Does it not say how much caffeine is in this? Energy drink. Wow. Starbucks has less caffeine than that. That's crazy to me. I would have imagined Starbucks had more caffeine. Definitely more sugar, but I would have totally bet on Starbucks had more caffeine. Okay, that went live. That went live. That went live. Excellent. All right, all right. Pop on the tunes and get writing. Hopefully this thing will notify me when you guys pop in. It's not doing a very good job of that. This is like the 4th stream I've tried. So hopefully this improves. Cause you're a liar, liar to your own self. No one better, no one better. Oh, no one better, no one. I had to take a risk. You asked what time it is. I check my berries and say I think it's time we kissed. There, walking home, happy and embarrassed in the crack of dawn. Suffering a miserable, miserable, miserable liar. No one better than me. No one better than me. Liar, 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 liar. To your own self. No one better, no one better. Shake it hard, and no one better. Ooh, ooh. You're everything I want and nothing that I need. Lately, you're making me think of the moment that I wake up. You'll be in my enemy. Ooh. You're everything I want, and nothing that I need. Lately, I hate the way you're making me think. Da 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 da. Oh, whoops. Maybe I could put that here. Okay. Clear the room. Tick tock, I've been waiting for this. Tick tock. Finally here. Let's make it louder. This one's for the woman of the hour. This one's for the woman of the hour. Oh, hello. Yeah, it's not dinging when you guys come in here. One sec. Oh, that's why I had noise canceling on. Oopsie. Alright. Let's try that again. 1 second. Let me turn on the... No. Not YouTube Creative. Alright. Let's make it louder. This one's for the woman of the hour. Audio. Let's make it louder. Hotkeys, advanced. Sample audio windows, ducking. How to get oh, okay, that's in the chat widget then. Dude, I'm exhausted. You're tired, I'm tired. And I woke up like 4 hours ago. Can you believe that? Why are you tired? What have you been up to? Anything fun? Here's the chat. I'll get this figured. Don't worry, guys. It's just going to take me way longer than a normal person. Disable message. Browser settings. Trigger a sound when there's... Haha, there we go. Okay, excellent. Alright, somebody send something in chat so I can test that. La, la, there we go. Perfect. Now I can hear you. Perfect. Moving plant pots. Nice, nice. What are you growing? I grew so much basil and like a million marigolds because I got the seed packet wet. La 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 la, lying in bed, counting regrets like 1, 2, la 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 la, lying in bed. Those are rookie numbers. I usually stay up till like 6 in the morning. Are you also nocturnal? Or are you a normal person that has outdone their regular rhythm? No, not that one. Yeah, that one's alright. Nice, nice. You know, I think I read somewhere the other day it was like 16% of the population is nocturnal, so I can't for the life of me understand why we don't have more 24-hour options. There we go. Burst like a bubble. Nice. Are you about to head to bed? Take a little nappity nap. You should grow some mint. I've been just chewing on mint the whole time when I'm out in the garden. I actually had volunteer mint this year. I had chocolate mint that I thought died last year, but it's coming back super good this year. The catnip is well behind, which is why I haven't fully gotten these cats into onto what I would like them to do. I'm trying to tame down one of our barn cats, and she is only tame for catnip. So she's a bit of a party girl, I guess. She's got to have some illicit substances to get pet and snuggled. pretty overstimulated today. It's been just non-stop issues all day. First of all, oh, thank you. So just so you guys are aware, I'm not really sure why my alerts aren't going. I probably reset those like an idiot. But this is actually not the correct YouTube. You're gonna want to go to @Cardblock Official is the correct YouTube. Yeah, I don't know why it's not sending me any of my notifications. It's really annoying. System disconnected. Very not cool. Very not cool. Here, let me check my alerts. They're not. They should be going. Yeah. Oh. Oh, nice, nice. Okay. Try the new simplified. Okay. Global alert. Okay. Okay, I have no idea what's going on with that alert box. That's crazy. Let's try. Okay, so that's still doing that. What a pain. 1 second. That's fine. It doesn't matter, I can picture it however I want. However I want. Can't climb the ladder to the pedestal I'm keeping you on. I think we're better hypotheticals. Okay. Why is it not? Okay, don't reset the code. Of course it changed the chat. Fucking annoying. Oh, yeah, this is also the wrong YouTube. So this is kind of my dinking around YouTube. I have an author YouTube, but it's not letting me use the author YouTube to stream from because they're like such sticklers about that. And I don't want to transfer everybody over because it's like a completely different genre that I'm trying to like maneuver into. So such a weird system. The bureaucracy of all of these, like they want everybody to be on these platforms, but then they make it like kind of a pain, like for the first like 100 subscribers on it, which I will say this, I think so far Twitch has been my favorite for growth, but YouTube has been my favorite for, I guess, just like, I don't know. I guess YouTube isn't my favorite. I think I would go probably Twitch, then Discord, actually, funny enough, and then, yeah, pretty much Twitch is my favorite, but YouTube is, I don't know. YouTube is on thin ice, I guess, but down. I feel like the way like a truck. Test down when you want me. Test drive. Come day. Me, I'm the one for me. I could come a day. I'm the one before the one before the one before the one. For the one before the Ooh, okay, perfect. So, can I edit this? No, I don't want that. I feel like a crash test. Tell me when you want me. Test drive, but never wanna hold me. Spot on my face, I could come a day. Can't believe I fixed you. I never got a trophy. Funny, I'm the one who's lonely. Oh, two are doing great. Glad I could come a day. I'm before the one, before the one, before the one. Oh, that's so annoying. Feel like a crash test. Tell me when you want me. Test. Ooh, maybe I can just do this. Streamlab, dashboards, chatbots, default. Well, now where did that go? Just one other thing. Where did that go? 20,000 hours for my job. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Right one, wrong time. I was bad to you, you were worse to me. Maybe we just fool me once, fool me twice. You're not me for the last time. No. Okay. So I think I fixed that. Okay, so that's fixed. Finally, right? Fixed. Sure. Wrong time. Today's a good day to say goodbye. I was bad to you, you were worse to me. Baby, we just ain't meant to be. Fool me once, shame on me for the last time. I was bad to you, you were worse to me. Baby, it's just ain't meant to be. Okay, Twitch is good. Did I close out of that? Yeah, I think so. Right. There we go. Hi, Mr. Kitty. Right one, wrong time. Today's a good day to say goodbye. It's bad to you, you were worse to me. Baby, they just ain't meant to be. Fool me once, fool me twice. Shame on me for the last time. Just ain't meant to be. Once, only twice. Shame on me for the last time. I was bad to you, worse to me. Baby, you just ain't meant to be. Okay. I struggled when it was you. So in love, 'cause you're mine. forget, I want you to make me forget who I am tonight and tonight. Few stains on my pillowcase. So better, so much better. Bum bum bum. Sometimes I'm gonna be dead, so dead. Can't get out of my dead, so dead. Can't get out of bed. Just listen to joy. Do 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 do. Feel better, so much better. Sometimes I'm gonna be dead, so dead. Time to get out of my head. We're just a little bit less. Gonna be dead, so dead. Get out of bed. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh 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 oh. Dead, so dead. It makes my skin hurt. Guess this one's gone. She's so evil, I'm just a thing to sacrifice. She's so lethal, corrosive, but I'm gonna stay the night. She's the kind of girl that you don't let you go down, not somebody. I'm Jennifer. Jennifer. And I pray that I'm next. She's so evil, and I want just a thing to scream. She's the kind of girl that eat your heart and let your guard down. That's all I know. Rebounds and those possessing her. Oh, money, Jennifer. Ooh, ooh, Jennifer. God, I'm obsessed with her. Oh, money, Jennifer. Something's possessing her. Oh, money, Jennifer. Bass, the mic, the treble. I like my coffee black just like my metal with the bass. The mic, the treble. Just like my metal. I can't wait for you to fuck me up in a minute. minute, I can't wait for you. In a second, I can't wait for you to shut me up. I can't wait for you to shut me up. Shut me up. I can't wait for you to shut me up. Shut me up. Na, na, na. Ooh, na, na, na. The mic, the treble, I like my coffee black just like my metal with the bass. The mic, the treble, just like my metal, cause I can't wait for you to shut up in a minute, in a freaking minute. I can't wait for you to shut me up in a second. I'm not forgetting anything on touch. You've been seeing me. I could run out of money, take my heart as gold. Even when I don't. Oh, you've been seeing me. Could run out of money, you take my heart as gold. You laugh at my jokes. Ah, I see. It's that one. Oh. Just I could run out of money, things gone. Life at your job. Even when you don't. Oh, nice. Thank you. That I'm doing fine. Around case and women up the stairs and no shame. Rolls. Yeah, it's a low energy day for sure. Technology's been kicking my ass. Plus, we're a little bit behind on the chapters. I need to be done with these by the 7th, which is like essentially a chapter a day, which is whack because I have so much to do this week. It's gonna be tough, but I think it's doable. I'm gonna try to stay positive. It's definitely doable. Especially, I mean, look what we've already gotten written. Got like 3 pages or so written already, which is not bad. It's a word count on those. Don't make it work, cause watching this is hard. Saying this is work, I'll shut in the dark. Drinking after hours, cause there's no love that's after hours. Oh, one more. Yeah, so if I can just keep like essentially 3 pages a day, like it'll be done. Okay, nice. Just got the door code for work finally. This song is such a banger. I'm not entirely sure why I put it on the Ash and Ren playlist, but it doesn't really fit in the Bite playlist. Yeah. I almost took an energy drink, but the last time I did, I was wired to like 10 in the morning, and it totally threw my schedule off. It was not helpful. I mean, it was helpful for streaming because I'm like just zinged the entire time. Just I talked for I think the continuous 3 hours. It was a lot. But I had to switch my sleep schedule on Saturday because I helped coach a tournament. So, well, I guess I didn't coach the tournament, but I helped the coach at the tournament. But it was at like 9 in the morning, and I'm like not a morning person at all, so. Oh, man. But I do have, at least my editor started for the chapters this week, so at least we're not going backwards, always forwards. I'll keep drinking after hours, cause there's no love that's after hours. Oh, such a bar. I know Cox is head in confusion, but her mom whirls from the stove. Oh yeah, I mean I wrote Bite in. I think it started October 14th, and I was done by like middle of December. So, I mean, and that was a way longer book, but I didn't have a deadline. I was just like, well, I'll try and get this done by Christmas or whatever. And just knocked that out, no problem. This one's arguably a much easier book. I've just had so much more extra shit to do lately. And then once I finish this, so if you're new to the stream, I'm working on a writing sprint to finish this book. It's a contemporary fiction that's got like Great Gatsby, and if you're familiar with the anime or manga series Nana, I'm trying to kind of like get that vibe going for this book. And it's a standalone book, so like there's no book 2. Like this is just done once I'm finished. And then after this, I'm going to spend all of July just doing book club stuff because I'm in 3 different book clubs right now, and I'm behind in all 3 of them. One of them I'm hosting, so I've got to finish that. And then, funny enough, only 2 of the book clubs are like spicy. I don't know how I ended up in 2 spicy book clubs, but it is what it is. And then after that, in August, I will start writing book 2 of the Born in the Eternal series. I should be able to at least get that partially storyboarded. And then once I get to about 50% completion on that, then I'll commission the cover from my lovely illustrator. And she will make magic out of that while I write the other half of the book. And then I'll probably in tandem be writing Moon and Marble, which is a billionaire romance found family book that I'm writing with an Asian love interest. And I'm just stuck on 2 of the character designs for those. I really need to finish writing the character sort of skeleton for the mom and I think the sister. The sister's pretty close to done, but the mom has like nothing written on her, so I need to get that done. I'm still trying to figure out like how to get all of the stuff in my head onto like, honestly, I should really just have like a big giant whiteboard, but my current living situation does not sort of lend itself to that because it would be helpful to just put it that way. But I'm going to try and make something that I could then send to like a couple of different artists and commission some character designs for them, because I think that is the way to go with that particular book, just for some promo stuff so that people can kind of see my vision for the characters. Also, if anyone is Asian or has an Asian friend or relative, I am looking for, I guess, different character designs for the main characters. Because, I mean, right now that's pretty open-ended. I've really only just written their kind of personalities and stuff. So, yeah, I'll essentially take auditions, I guess, for photos for that. And then we can move forward on kind of like the artistic style of what those characters will look like. Right, yeah, it takes so much time. It takes so much time. Like, I looked into learning how to play the lyre the other day, and I was like, this is going to take me forever. I don't have time for this. Because when you start out as, like, kind of a newbie on that stuff, you can't really, like, get the, like, higher level equipment. Because I think they start out with, like, a 7-string lyre, but then it's like you may as well get, like, I think it's a 16 or a 20 string, and then it's like, okay, like, first of all, I'm tone deaf, have no idea how to do music, but music is hard. I did a little bit of sound engineering for podcasting and stuff like that, and I can only imagine how difficult that would do for, like, instruments. Plus, my throat is, like, super gravelly today. I did learn to swim, so in and amongst when I was supposed to be finishing writing this book, I learned how to swim, so at least I have a new skill that will keep me from death. My family was like, you need to learn how to swim if you're going to write. And I'm like, I don't think those 2 things are related, but I mean, I will take the lessons. I will take the lessons. Does anybody else have a, like, kind of a skill that everybody else has, but you just don't for some reason? Like, not knowing how to drive or not knowing how to write in cursive or something like that? Your hands on my face, I promise, I'm gonna grab a snack real quick. I'll be alone. So but you're almost. Really? It's kind of a useless skill now, but in the, I want to say the early 2000s, they made it seem like that was like your ticket to success, was like knowing how to write in cursive. I used to be super good at it, but now I look like a pharmacy tech the way I write. You know, instead of totally taking a break from YouTube, you should record yourself learning now. I'm gonna choke myself on stream. Crazy. Instead of taking a total break from YouTube, you should record yourself learning and then just unlist those. And then when you are super good, then you'll have all this B-roll and like montage. Hopefully by then, AI will be able to edit something together so it won't take forever for you to do. What genre do you play? Mm-hmm. I thought about doing that for writing, but mostly, like, if you understand technology, that's like a huge win. Because it took me like 4 tries just to get this stream running. It was crazy. And like the chat wouldn't come up. I fundamentally don't understand. Fundamentally just don't understand like the stream layouts and stuff. Mm-hmm. Nice. I kind of like all of the genres too. Can you play by ear? If she wants to sing, she gets away cause she's beautiful, crazy delusion, dances out of pain. Yeah. There is a guy on TikTok that I follow, and he plays violin, and he can just like hear a song and pretty much tune himself to the song and play it. I think when I was listening to him last, he was playing like some new score from like The Little Mermaid or something like that on violin, and I'm like, that's crazy. He would listen to it, and then he would just, and then he would listen to it again, and then like make adjustments and stuff. It's crazy. But I am unfortunately tone deaf. One of my Asian friends, I was asking if I could learn Mandarin from them, and he's like, no, you're tone deaf. You're better off trying Japanese. And I'm like, okay, but like, how tone deaf? And he's like, you don't want to know. You're terrible at it. Just awful. And that's like not a great language to mess up. One of these days I could probably learn Korean or Japanese, but it'd take a lot of work. I mean, this is like, I don't know, 20 years of me learning Spanish, and I can only speak conversationally to like a child, pretty much. Lame. I think it's a good idea to just join a band. Because you're going to get more practice, and then you're essentially going to have like an accountability buddy, basically. Nice. Indonesian. I don't know if I've ever heard that before. I think probably... I think of those three, wouldn't Dutch be the easiest? And what else in a car? Really? Indonesian. Huh. Never would have guessed that. Do you want to go to Indonesia? Is like that in one of your plans, or do you know somebody that's Indonesian, or... Yeah, English is hard because a lot of it's not phonetic, and some of the words just don't make any sense. You kind of just have to socially learn them. And a lot of the words that you'd have to socially learn don't come up socially very often. So, like, for example, a lot of people say, like, herbs. They say herbs. But I think either is correct. Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, that would be pretty. A lot of the Asian cultures have a very romantic way of speaking. That's nice. Let's see if the tech guy fixed this port. Does this charge? Yes, yes it does. Where will it be? It's so annoying. Every time I add like any kind of grammatical thing, it changes my entire table of contents. Like, calm down, Pages. Yeah, that's quite the task. This book is... this book is a lot. I'm not even entirely sure why I'm writing it, but it's like... Oh, I am... Can you not see the... Just for argument's sake, are you in a horizontal layout or a vertical layout? Because it won't let me see what's going on in YouTube. It's being really fussy. It's my favorite volunteers. So, yeah, I don't know. I personally don't know if YouTube is showing anybody the full layout, or if it's just showing the webcam and chat. Because if it's just showing the webcam and the chat, that would be very confusing to stumble upon. So how to choke. I love so how to choke. Can you hear me, A? Oh, perfect, perfect. So, like, when you're doing that, if you're looking like this, does it show one way? And then when you turn it, does it show the other way? I've never seen both versions of the YouTube stream, like, on the other end. because I don't really watch, I guess I don't really watch live streams. I just kind of watch afterwards because I'm never awake when they're doing live streams. I always end up saying like, oh, it streamed 3 hours ago or whatever. I'm like, oh, word. And then I just like watch through. Vertical. Oh, I see. Nice. So this is, ooh, that's right. I have all the verticals on here. Or not verticals. So, great time. So right now I am finishing up Where the Feedback Ends. It is a contemporary novel that's sort of got elements of kind of The Great Gatsby. The chat covers the title. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, I think I just fixed that. It should just be temporary, though. I don't intend to have that up there the entire time. So I'm writing a contemporary novel called Where the Feedback Ends. It's my second novel. My debut novel is a vampire romantasy book with a sunshine a sunshine vampire, ironically, and a grumpy farm girl that go on an adventure back to a kingdom he's supposed to be ruling. And then this is just a standalone contemporary fiction that I wrote that's got like elements of The Great Gatsby and if you're familiar with the anime or manga series Nana. So it's got like a lot of, I guess, technically drug, sex, and rock and roll in it. Although I don't think it has nearly as much sex as the vampire romantasy book. But the vampire romantasy book, if you're interested in that, I have ARC reads available on both of my bios. So you can read the book totally for free. You just have to leave a review. And then this book will be launching on Father's Day, so June 15th, for my book with a bunch of fatherless activities in it. So I have 5 chapters and an epilogue that I have to finish writing for this, and then I can go through and format and edit it, and then at the very least, the ebook will be available. It'll probably take me like probably an extra week or so to get the paperback version finished. I'm also still trying to figure out how to get signed author copies available for people, but I haven't figured out how to do that just quite yet, other than like I order them and then sign them and then send them out. I don't know that there's a way for me to like embed a signed author copy into it, but if I figure that out, I will make those available for everybody that has watched on stream or ARC read, because it really does help me out. The fact that you guys stop in or participate really in any way in any of the things that I'm doing, very, very helpful. Oh, I didn't know this was Artemis too. Nice. I think I've got some more Artemis in my playlist. I kind of just had a lot of like reoccurring lucid dreams, and then I found that if I wrote them down, I stopped having them. So I actually have like a crazy I have like a ton of books in here. Let's see if I can show them to you, if they'll populate. So here, is it gonna let me see? So that one's a book I helped format. But I have all of these books. So this is my debut novel. This is Bite, the vampire romantasy book. This is one we're currently working on. This is a sci-fi horror that I started developing. And then this is everything that doesn't have a home yet, and like sneak peeks and bonus scenes. This is kind of another romance that I am working on, but this one's probably going to be like a little novella. And then this is a billionaire romance. Well, thanks for stopping in, Noah. Definitely get some sleep. At least one of us should. And I will be back on Monday. Hopefully I'll have good news to report on Monday and have a lot more energy. I've been so drained this week, so look forward to seeing you then, and good night. But yeah, I've got, I think, like 6 books or something like that, just like dinking around. So there's Bite, Where the Feedback Ends. iStock, I guess we'll technically count that as a book, even though I think it's probably closer to a novella until I expand on like the sci-fi universe. Moon and Marble, that's one that's going to be coming out next. So once I finish writing this book, I'm going to take a break for July and just do book club stuff for the entire month, because I'm in 3 different book clubs. One of them I'm supposed to be hosting, and I'm super behind. And then I will be tandem writing Moon and Marble, which is, I was going to make it a standalone billionaire romance found family book, but all of my ARC readers want the main character's sister to have her own book, so it might be a 2-parter. So they might strong-arm me into making that a 2-part book. Maybe even a duet. That would be kind of cool. And then I think maybe I could do a duet in that one, but it'll be tricky. I bet I could do it. And then I'll be also writing book 2 of the Born in the Eternal series, which is going to be Thirst. And then once I get about 40 to 50% of the way through that, I'll send it into my lovely editor, because let's see if I can show you guys this cover. Oh, wait. I don't have to do it this way. But I have this. So Bite is my debut novel. You can read it for free. I have links in both of my bios, and you can read that for totally free. It is a vampire romantasy, but it does have quite a bit of spice in it. So I guess viewer discretion. One of my ARC readers asked if I used the word folds or like staff or something like that, and rest assured I do not. I write this, I write the spicy scenes like a true professional, but I don't think that it's like vulgar. It's, go ahead, check it out. I think it's pretty decently well written. I think I was bored with it after about my 10th read through, so we got about 10 reads on it, and I'd say that's a bargain, because I think I only read the ACOTAR books one time all the way through. I had no desire to reread any of those. So that one's completed. And uh-oh. Nope. Oh no, where's it gone? Okay, there we go. I see. If I minimize it, it goes away. But the love that I gave you, so the point that I love and I hate you. How would I get a hard copy of one of your books? So right now I have Bite is going through some revisions because I messed up the formatting on it through my first couple of proofs, and I'm trying to make sure that all of the chapters end on a really satisfying note. So I have 2 people working on that right now. It's available for pre-order, so I think the ebook is available for pre-order. But if you go to, if you email me at info@byrdflock.com, BYRDFLOCK, I can put you on a wait list for the, I think right now I'm just doing paperback, but I would really like to do a special edition that is a hardcover that's like embossed. That was one of the things that I put in for the illustrator to make sure that the cover would be compatible with that, so we could send it in through embossing. And I'm working on doing, excuse me, exhausted. I'm also working on doing like a map of the Byte universe so that you can kind of like follow along. Because that's something I really enjoyed with the Witcher series, is to be able to kind of like see where they're going, and it helps you kind of get more of an understanding of like travel and like time elapse and stuff. Also, if you want any of the do I have? Nope. I was gonna say, I thought I had a Discord link in here. Stream chat. You make my heart break. Copy. Oh, no worries, no worries. So I also have a Discord here. So yeah, I'll set you in for I'll set you on the list for once we have paperback or hardback on that one. It shouldn't be too long. Probably, I mean, at least one of them will be finished. That's why I gave it to 2 people, so that the fastest one would advance essentially. And if it's good to go, I'll send it back in through the proofing process, and then I'll get that greenlit to be available for purchase. And I think I was trying to have that go on at least this summer. But you know how printing goes. It's never exactly how you'd expect it. I thought it was fairly simple, but I had a bunch of issues with the guttering with the first one. That was a real pain in the ass. But I digress. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, though, this has been a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I didn't ever expect I would write 1 book, let alone be nearly finished with 2. And now I don't know if I can stop, which is kind of concerning, because I didn't really plan on being an author. I kind of mostly just wanted to be like kind of a dumb internet girl, but unfortunately I lack the skills to just be an internet personality. So my brain has, I think, gone into survival mode and made me be on a computer to type something. I don't know if it's like a cry for help from my like subconscious or something, to be like, you have to write all your ideas down. There's like not enough memory up here. Like the RAM drive is almost full. Like, get some of this out of here. I don't know. So hopefully I'll get to do about 2 books a year, and then just kind of like fuck off for the winter and play video games. That might be my plan. Then we can all play video games together. My 3rd or 4th run through on Baldur's Gate. Actually, that's not true. How many run throughs of Baldur's Gate do I have? I played a ranger, a bard, the Dark Urge. I'm like, I think I finally got to, I'm in Act 2 with Shadow Heart's version. So that's 4 already, and then I started another one for streaming, but it was too chaotic. I can't pay attention to that many things at once. Because I think I was trying to listen to like an audiobook and stream Baldur's Gate, and I didn't know how to like put the stream chat on there, so it was a lot. It was a lot all at once. But it's going. It's kind of snowballing, honestly. Like, I would not have expected I would be even where I'm at right now in as few streams as I've done. It's definitely a learning curve, but it is going better than one would expect. So it's important to focus on wins, no matter how small they are. Really? See, I would not have guessed that this is entertaining. I mean, I just kind of naturally yap, but you should see when I'm playing games. I just like lock in and just have like kind of the autistic kind of like meltdown stare. And I think I could probably mitigate that once I figure out the voice chat on Discord, because I did pretty good with the voice chat with League, but you don't have the video when you're doing League. I think it's going to be like, there's going to be a lot of like really embarrassing moments that people are going to clip. I don't know if I'm ready for that, but I mean, I think if you can publicly admit that you play League, that's probably a step in the right direction, right? And she loves me like no other. It's a love sucker. Plus, it'll be nice in about pretty much. So, unfortunately, the other day, my computer chair, which I mean, that's giving it a lot of credit right now, calling it a computer chair. I was sitting in my chair, and it just kind of disintegrated because I had gotten a super, super good deal on this like little folding chair situation. And it finally, after 3 years, just like completely fell apart, disintegrated. So I have a computer chair coming, and that's kind of like the finishing the writing sprint reward, I guess. I think it would be much easier if it had come much sooner, but that will be a reward for formatting, and I think it'll make the formatting go much faster. You might as well be too. I've kind of become sort of accustomed to Stella Cole. She's kind of fun to listen to. I can't tell if I'm confusing her with this other chick that just like gyrates around on stage on chairs. Who's the chair girl? Pop star that walks on chairs. Behind the tattoo, no man fellas can be like you. Nothing left to do. Is it on SNL? Tate McRae. That's who I was thinking of. A lot of these musicians just kind of like congeal into the same looking person. I've noticed there's not as much diversity in performers. I mean, like they just kind of all sort of have this like generic face to them now, which is kind of weird. Like, has that been happening, or am I just noticing that in the last like year or so that everybody just kind of looks the same? It's like the Kim Kardashian face. It's just everywhere. Somebody told me the other day I was taking swimming lessons, and she said, "You're such a calm person." I'm like, I don't think I'm a calm person. I think I'm pretty high strung. But that lady was just, she was like the human equivalent of popping a Xanax. She was so comfortable. And she was just like, just like go with the flow. Like an old hippie lady, but not old and not a hippie lady. Just like that, like a modern day druid, probably. It was crazy. And now I have a new skill. Now I can swim, which means that I get to fully enjoy the summer. Kinda, maybe, not really. I'm not a big fan of the river, so I don't know if anything will really change much on that front. But now I can wade into water that I cannot touch in, which is handy because I'm only 5 foot tall. Do you really love me? Do you love me not? No Nadia. No Anya. Ooh. Sounds a banger. D.O.P. and my ending. Big fan of songs that spell out words. I feel like, was it Gwen Stefani that taught everybody how to spell bananas in the 90s? I think it's Gwen Stefani. Yeah, Gwen Stefani, Hollaback Girl. You're everything I want, nothing that I need. I hate the way you're making me think of the moment that I wake up and when I go to sleep. I need my D-O-P-A and my N-E. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. D-O-P-A-M-I-N-E. Alright, let's try and finish this chapter. I think we can do it. I'm not sure why it's gotten so tiny. Lifting me up or just pulling me under. Set on. Just. I feel like this is probably an over-explained chapter, but I think if I go back through during the formatting and refine it, that still counts. We sat in the kitchen for a long time, with me sat on the corner to the left of the spice rack. Adding my contributions to the story of my miserable day in between passing the salt. Culinary amendments to Ashes. Her look of exasperation on my shade tuned. This one's a little bit of a deep cut. Tuned into a morning radio show and was listening to the unraveling of someone as she sat at the traffic indignation and righteous resentment. Now I'm just dropping a lot of these. Scoop. Good job, Mr. Kitty. Eat your dinner. You're in a bulking phase right now. You have to get at least into your next weight class. No. I shouldn't have acknowledged him. Oh, to have a finicky cat. Come here, Mr. Kitty. Oh, this cat just lives to worry me. He's supposed to be like, at minimum, like 13 pounds, and he's like dieted down to like 11 and a half. It's ridiculous. His brother is 13 pounds, so I need them to switch weights. And honestly, he should be a little heavier. His brother is 15. His other brother is 15 pounds, and he's like just perfect, like just real chunk boy. But he's like a really big and long cat. I think he's been on my other streams before. But he just gets so in his feelings, and then he won't eat his dinner. Naughty. Okay. Let's find the status, and right? No, for real. Every couple of months, I take him to the handsome vet down the road, and he says, "This is such a good outside cat." And I get really indignant because it's like, he's not an outside cat. He's meant to be a spoiled, pampered indoor kitty. But he loves outside, so he's just like, all day long, he just burns calories, and then he has like the most finicky stomach ever. And then he only likes 2 different types of food, so I sent a letter, well, I guess technically an email. I sent an email to the grocery store that we go to be like, hey, could you order some more of this food? And they're like, oh, it's discontinued. And I'm like, fuck. So now one of the 2 things that he eats, I can't get to the grocery store anymore, so I have to order it. But then he's like, I don't want to eat it. And then he just feeds it to his chunky brother. And I'm like, your twin does not need the calories. In fact, he needs significantly less calories. Because I ended up with twin cats. And one of them is really long and lanky. And the other one is like really short and stubby. And so he carries 13 pounds, a lot different than the other cat does. So I don't know what to do with him. He's just ridiculous. He puts on a bit more weight in the winter when I don't let him go outside, but I need to just figure out like some sort of like kitty crack essentially to like put him on that he just like can't resist, and then just like load him up with like tuna fish or something. At one point I was feeding him like human grade tuna fish. I was feeding him like line caught tuna fish, and he was like, I mean, I guess it's fine. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this is what you're... So, he only likes tuna in broth. He basically likes soup. He's basically into soup, which is great, but it's terrible calorically. Like, I love soup too, but soup is like a calorie deficit food where you're like, oh, I don't want to go over, so let me basically just have like water and lentils. Ridiculous cat. You know, it was easier to put weight on a toad than it is to put weight on this actual cat. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I have chickens that weigh more than this cat. It's absurd. Shadow in the background of a morgue. These suckers. Yes, he doesn't like Chiru. He's the only one, in fact. His sister, Squirrel, from earlier on the stream, she has like a 3-pack-a-day habit with Chiru. And she is honestly a little bit of a fiend. I should probably see if I can get a sponsorship from them or something, because, I mean, might as well make her have to have a job if she's going to be eating up all this Chiru. Because it's not good for her, but she's so clever that she'll, like, punish me if she doesn't get Chiru. Except today, instead of churro, she got a little tiny waffle because she was kind of mad at me because I woke her up. She was sleeping on the windowsill, and I decided I wanted to snuggle her, and I picked her up, and she's just not in a mood for snuggling today. So I took her, and I snuggled her anyway because I was like, oh, such a good snarf. You're such a good kitty. And she was very mad at me, and so I said, okay, in recompense for snuggling you when you did not want to be snuggled, I will make you a waffle. And she only likes the Jiffy blueberry muffin mix, but you can make them into waffles and pancakes. Anyway, she wants a little tiny, like, kitty, like a kitty cat sized waffle. And then that got me back on her good side. And so earlier in the stream, when I was experiencing a bunch of technical problems, she was sitting on my lap and just enjoying herself. So we're back on good terms. Meanwhile, her sister is getting like Albertson's chicken and potato fries because Grandma is such an enabler. She's the most food-driven cat ever. Here's the thing, though. Her sister, Muffin, I think she's, like, secretly, like, Mensa smart, but she was really emaciated when she was a kitten, so I had to do a bunch of, like, veterinary voodoo, basically, to bring her back to life. And I, like, had to get black market saline solution because they just wouldn't write me a prescription for saline solution. Very annoying. Very, very pain in my ass. And then I just essentially made her into like a kitty cat water balloon, basically, because she was severely dehydrated. And if you don't know about dehydration, once you reach a certain level of it, you can't swallow, so you can't eat or drink, so you're basically fucked. So you have to have, I think it's a fluid bolus. It's been ages since I've had to remember any of these terms. So I basically made her into like a little kitty cat water balloon. She had like, I don't know, like 3 to 5 tablespoons worth of saline solution, like, injected under her skin that she slowly absorbed. And then I fed her pureed rabbit for, like, a week and a half until she was back on schedule for, like, where she was supposed to be weight-wise. And she decided right then and there that she would never be hungry again. So now she's the most food-driven cat ever. I had a robot feeder, and it would go off for the dog. Who has since passed, R.I.P. to my sweet boy. But she would hear the feeder go off, run down the stairs, knock my 50-pound dog out of the way, and start eating his dog food. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to start feeding the dog because she just has, like, learned that the robot will expel food. And so I started feeding the dog in the garage so that the cat couldn't eat his food, which is insane. That's such an insane problem to have. And he's looking at me like, this bitch. And I'm like, yeah, fair enough, I get it. And then I put her food in it so that I could collect all of them. I had like a little song that I would play for them. And then I would time the robot to like kind of corral them into the room. And I would sing them a little song and then kind of like put them to bed or whatever, which, I mean, pro tip, if you have cats when they're like tiny babies, make them a bedtime song because it is so easy to find them. Like, no more having to, like, give them a treat to find them. You just sing the bedtime song, and they're like, hell yeah, bedtime. Because they love a schedule. Cats love a schedule. And so she would go up there, and she would just, like, wolf down, like, all of the kibble. And so I had to make a splitter, and this cat has made me have to engineer so many solutions to problems I would have never thought before. But she is, like, a puzzle treat champion. She knows how to do, like, those little, they make them for pets, but, like, babies have these little, like, puzzle boards. Oh, thank you. I was pre-veterinary science, but, I don't like those bitches, unfortunately. I'm sure that at least 20% of the people that are in the veterinary industry, for, like, technicians and stuff like that are fantastic. But the other 80% are absolutely unbearable. And that's probably partially just sort of my personality, but can't fuck with that. So now I just do TNR for fun. And I actually did some TNR at the beginning of the month. And there was this little tiny, like, 6-pound gray kitty cat. And last year I took 2 of her babies and adopted them out. And then she had 2 that I sent with her this year to get fixed because I finally convinced the farmer to TNR them, which was, I mean, you've never tried to get someone to get a cat fixed for free. It's apparently incredibly difficult, which is nuts. Because usually I just, like, take on the cost of spaying the cat, like, to kind of sweeten the deal a little bit, because I have, there's a program out here where you can get a cat fixed for, like, $30, which, I mean, 10, 15 years ago when I was doing it was 20, so that's a pretty significant increase, but not too bad. So anyway, I take this cat and her 2 kittens in to get fixed. And I tell the farmer, I said, hey, it looks like she's had kittens recently. If you hear them or this or that, like, here's the address to drop them off at. I'll come collect them and then we'll send them in. Because, fun fact, if you didn't know this, you can get a cat fixed while they're nursing, which I think 10, 15 years ago, I didn't know. So we would just, like, essentially put them in our shed. And then when the kittens were old enough to wean, then we would take the mom in, and then we would get prospective people that were going to adopt the kittens or whatever to sign like a waiver to be like, yes, I'll get it fixed at this place or whatever, and they'd schedule the appointment. But now you can just take them in, and you just have to take their kittens with them so that they can nurse after the surgery after mom's come out of it. Plus, I'm sure that's super fun for like the medical staff to be able to like pet kittens while they're waiting. I mean, definitely a highlight of when I did all of my internships was watching after the animals after they came out of anesthesia. That was great. My favorite. The only scary one was when we did a dental on a wolf. That one was pretty scary. Because here's the thing, you expect wolves to be aggressive, but this wolf was like had like massive anxiety. It did not like it at all. And so like we're in there, we're like scaling its teeth, and then you're not supposed to keep the anesthesia up at like a certain level. You're supposed to like drop it down if you can, so you're not like fully under the entire time. Yes, exactly. So, and I'm pretty sure you can write TNR off on your taxes. I don't know if it changes state to state, but I do. So when I get the cats fixed, I get a voucher from the program that I work with, and then I write that off on my taxes. So I can kind of excuse doing the thing that I love anyway as charity work. It's so fun to trap them. And I still have all 10 fingers, so I don't think I'm doing too bad of a job. Although, I don't have any more chlorhexidine. I need to get more of that. But my roommate gave me some of, you can see, my roommate gave me some of this, and it's incredibly helpful. So last season, when I caught the little gray cat when I caught her baby to adopt it out to one of my friends whose cat recently passed, I caught her brother the first night, which was the wrong cat to catch, but I was just checking genders and stuff anyway, and it's like, whatever. It's good to practice just catching cats. I'll do it every single time if I can. And he bit the shit out of my finger. I think you can probably still see, which one has the scar? Do I not have a scar on my finger anymore? That's wicked. But bit the shit out, like to the bone, bit my finger. And I was like, ooh, this is bad. But and the farmer got bit too, but he dropped the kitten. He was just like, I got bit. And I'm like, bro, that is such a rookie move, because like you're already bit. At least you can be bit and have a cat. Like, so just like soldier through it. Grab the cat. You're still being bit. It's fine. Whatever. You're going to have to do pretty much the same amount of medical care whether you're bit 2-3 times or once. Like, whatever. It's a kitten. I mean, they can't swallow your finger or anything like that, so who cares? So I've got this cat because my idiot brain grabbed it with my non-dominant hand, and so it like bit the shit out of my finger instead of grabbing it with my dominant hand because I didn't have a glove on. And so I snatched it up with my dominant hand, which this hand is like expert mode at both apparently swimming, was what my coach said yesterday, and excellent at grabbing animals, like not getting out of this vice grip if you're an animal. I could probably like grab a raccoon with this and be like fully like super white woman power, like just grab that cat and it's not going anywhere. So the moment it tries to bite me again, I just shoved smoked salmon in its mouth, and it was like, oh, this is nice. Is this you? Is this all you? Like, oh, awesome. No, and it's crazy strong, too. So I've been bitten, like, a bunch of times. But point being, if you have a bottle of chlorhexidine, which is an antiseptic, and it's one that we use for, like, surgical stuff, or at least we did, like, 15 years ago or whatever. It still works. It's fantastic. A lot of people use, like, iodine and I think betadine or whatever, but, like, not a big fan of either of those because they stain. So chlorhexidine is, I think, dyed blue just so that you can like distinguish it from other stuff that you're using, so you don't accidentally put like isopropyl alcohol on, which my husband is super into using like alcohol and like hydrogen peroxide on stuff, which is insane. Like definitely generational gap there, because I would never. That shit stings like a motherfucker. So, bitten, blood everywhere. And I just take the chlorhexidine, and I have like a little hole poked in the end of it, pop the cap off, and just like make sure you rinse really, really good. And then once you've rinsed really good with the chlorhexidine, just initially, just to kind of flush that. I guess you could do water first and then chlorhexidine, or chlorhexidine and water, or chlorhexidine, water, chlorhexidine. And then some silver gel and like a nice bandage poultice to keep it moist, and make sure you like are just soaking it in that silver gel. And have all my fingers, so highly recommend. And yeah, honestly, once you feed them some like nice tasty fish, they're like, I mean, essentially eating out of the palm of your hand. Although I don't recommend hand feeding ferals, because that's like 50% of the time I get bit is because I'm like, oh, do you want a piece of chicken? And they just like go like half an inch too far up my finger, and then just like little piranhas. Crazy. In fact, one of our cats, when he was a little tiny baby, I was feeding him Dickie's chicken. Because all of our cats, we fostered them in 2020, and so they were just spoiled as fuck. Like, I did all of my shopping and stuff like that, and I would just give them like little bits of Dickie's chicken and stuff, and my husband would feed them like boar's head. So the cats are like boar's head #1 fans. They can tell the difference between deli meats, and they know if it's boar's head or not. And if it's boar's head, they'll try and like steal the sandwich out of my mouth to eat it, which is crazy. They're so spoiled. But I was feeding him chicken, and I was like, oh, he's so cute. How cute little creamsicle potato. Like, look at this little guy. And it was this finger, and he just like, bit me. And I was like, oh. But after the first or second time you've been bit straight to the bone from a kitten, you don't have that like initial reflex to like yank your hand out of the way. So I'm just like, he bit me super hard. And then you just like do like the scruff and like wiggle to get them off of you, and they're like, argh. And then they've got like the chicken in their paws, like little gremlins, like, argh. So cute. 10 out of 10. We'll probably be doing that well into my 60s. So if everything goes to plan and all of these books become I don't even really care about being like a best-selling author or anything like that. I just need a better verifiable income, because I used to be an entertainer, and the tax codes and whatever for getting a house and stuff were that you had to have 3 years or 2 years of a verifiable income. And so I was on track to be able to like essentially pre-qualify for a home. And then 2020 happened, and they absolutely fucked me sideways on that. So it ruined all of my averages. So I had to start basically from square one, which those bastards at the bank will never have more hate than for me, probably. I wish them the very worst. So now I am a baker, officially, on paper, but bakers make like nothing. So unless I'm like some viral TikTok baker, but like I can't do that. I'll get like super fat, you guys, and then that'll be like an additional problem. I was not a magician. I was, in some senses, a ballerina, and in the traditional sense, not at all. So it was a fun job, though. I kept really good in really great shape, which was nice. I met a lot of other performers. I did meet a burlesque magician. She's really great. I want to say her name is Susie Malone. Let me double check that. Susie Malone. Yes. Susie Malone Magic on Instagram. She is a burlesque musician. Lovely, lovely woman. 10 out of 10. And, oh, nice. Yeah, she's still doing shows. So if you like good-looking Australian ladies and magic, highly recommend. Definitely check that out. If you guys see a show, tell her I say hi. She's absolutely lovely. And so once this whole authorship thing corrects itself paperwork-wise, I would like to have a morning show for you guys, but an evening show for me, because I go to bed at about 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 or 6. And if you have never farmed before, generally you will milk dairy animals at like 5 in the morning and like 5 in the evening. You basically have to rotate milking them twice a day, at least, depending on the breeds they are. And I would like to have dairy goats. I would like to have at least 2 alpine milking goats and 2 Angora like fiber goats, because there's different husbandry requirements for sheep and goats. So if I wanted to have sheep wool, I would have to have 2 completely separate pens and pray to God that they never got in with each other, because what the goats need is poison to the sheep, and what the sheep eat, the goats will also eat, because goats are naughty and bad. So if I can just have different varieties of goats, then they'll have the same kind of husbandry requirements, which cuts a lot of the workload for me. So I would like to bat my eyelashes at my uncle to make me a little goat milking pen. And then I would milk goats every night before bed, which would be morning for you guys. Yes. Well, not cows. I guess technically I've milked cows before. That was a wild summer. I've had a lot of really weird eclectic jobs over the years. It's absolutely insane. Like, I could at one point I had to fill out like 6 different W-2s for taxes, which was not the vibe. Don't recommend. I didn't realize that you could be an independent contractor until I was about 25. Nope. 22. 22 is when I did independent contracting. And then you only have to do one. You just like sort of bundle everything together, unless you can't. But highly recommend it, although you do have to pay a shitload more taxes. But anyhow, I used to milk goats because I was a professional farm sitter. But then the girls that I farm sat for moved to different states. So they are at, I think it's Rooted Revival. If you like farming and gardening stuff, I mean, honestly, can't recommend them more. Yeah, pass on that. Where's it at? I think it's Rooted Revival. Don't ask me how to spell that. I have no idea how to do that. Rooted Revival Homestead. ROOTED REVIVAL Homestead, HOMESTEAD. And so I would dance, and then I would get back at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I would set the I would check on all of the food and water for the chickens, check on the goats and the goats, the ducks, and the rabbits. They had rabbits too. And then I would go out and I would milk their 2 dairy goats. And then I would go to sleep. And then I would wake up at noon, check on everybody again, go back to sleep, and then wake up at about 4:30 in the afternoon. So very doable. But the way I would do it now is different, because I wouldn't be doing the dancing bit as well, because it's not as fun. But I do have all the equipment to still do all of that. So I think if I had I think I would make my uncle build me a barn with like a high enough roof, and then maybe I could still do like sort of a more mature version of Ballerina Farms' setup. And I mean, it really does keep you in fucking phenomenal shape. I will give you that. I had like abs, which I really miss. If I had to guess when I was 25 that I would no longer have abs when I turned 30, I would say, you're a dirty liar. Why would anyone choose to not have these anymore? And the truth is, I didn't choose to not have those anymore, because I'm not in that industry anymore, and I am lazier than I've ever probably been in my life. So, crazy. So, anyhow, my morning / nighttime routine, what I would like to do is I would stream. And then I usually get off stream at about like 11:30, something like that. And then what I do is I go out and I do like another swoop. Dude, no, absolutely. It's not like I forgot how to do any of those things. So I'd go back and check on everything. I make sure that there's no like fox in the chicken coop or whatever. Right now I'm in a pretty contentious battle with a yellow-bellied marmot, which is basically like a groundhog, and he keeps eating my fucking dill. So instead of having like 3 very strategically placed dill plants, I'm just gonna have to like scatter shot a bunch of dill out there and hope that he just doesn't eat all of it, because he's a monster and I haven't had time to trap him yet. So I need to find like a really juicy carrot at work tomorrow and put it in a live trap and see if I can't catch Punxsutawney Phil and relocate him somewhere that's not in the middle of my garden. And yeah, so I would do all my chores, check on everybody, and then about the time that I'm about ready to wind down for bed, I would go and milk the goats. And then I would have the cats come out with me. So my plan is to train the cats that when it is time to milk the goats, they get a little bit of goat milk. Nice, nice. Yes, so I'll be on Monday. And hi, oh, come here, Mr. Kitty. No, come here. Bro, seriously? You're gonna just hide on? No. Oh, here's Mr. Finicky Cat. Say goodbye, Mr. Kitty. Say goodbye. Oh, you're so sweet. Do you want to have second dinner? He says no. Well, anyway, I will let you head off to bed. I'm going to try and finish the rest of this chapter, and then I will probably... Oh, there was something else I was supposed to be doing. But thank you for sticking it out. I appreciate it. Also, remember to follow the correct YouTube. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Remember to follow the correct YouTube so that once we hit the minimum 50 followers on there, we can stream from there, and then it'll just be all book stuff over there all the time. This is kind of a dinking around YouTube, so maybe in the future I'll put like the goat milking videos on here or something. I don't know. But it won't be book stuff once it's on the correct book page. Ooh, this one's a good one. Da, 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 da. Which is the official. Bird Flock Official is the writing one. This is just the one that I'm streaming on right now because YouTube is being a stickler. So once I get the appropriate amount of followers on Bird Flock Official, then I'll just be streaming on there exclusively. This is kind of like a little bit of a duct tape situation for the live streaming problem that I was having. And here's the thing. If you want to just follow both and then unfollow one of them in the future, I'm totally fine with that. I promise it won't hurt my feelings. So you just follow whatever you want, and I'll just deal with it. Not a big deal at all. But if you want exclusively book stuff, Bird Flock Official. If you want dinking around nonsense, Riley Bird Official. So that's how I'm going to split those two. And honestly, it's, you know, it's just kind of your personal preference. But that's the goal that we're working on right now. And I will have both of these uploaded onto either of them, so you're not going to miss out. I'll put all of the streams on both of them in the meantime. But once Bird Flock gets the appropriate amount, I'll probably unlist them from the other one. Oh, I can't see that one. Awful things you said in the overpriced apartment. I'm going back to bed. Corporate. so much better. Sometimes you're gonna be dead, so dead. Get out of it. She's so interesting. She's so lethal, corrosive, but I'm gonna stay that night. Ooh, Jennifer. Ooh, someone's up there. I want you. I don't know. This is probably a little bit of an unnecessary addition. I've just been really like hyper focused on cowbirds lately. I really want to make a podcast episode about it. Essentially, revise one of the dead podcasts that I had. Very interested in brood parasites. Oh, my redhead is dating another man? Unbelievable. I'm gonna heart like it. Her heart's gonna fucking leap out of her chest when she sees that. Party right now. Okay. Annihilates. There we go. Ooh. Nice. could run and run. You say my heart is cold. You're my friend. I wanna make it work, but watching us is hard. Saving us is worth the shot in the dark. I'll keep drinking after hours, 'cause there's no love that's after hours. I'll keep drinking after hours, 'cause there's no love that's after hours. Twice. I wanna make it work, but watching this is hard. Saving us is worth the shot in the dark. I'll keep drinking after hours, 'cause there's no love that's after hours. Tongue swing on my lenses on the ride of bones falling apart. I'm breaking apart. Take me so you're not my original. Stuck in the arms, so close, maybe, so close, maybe. what you're ready for. Oh. Almost so close, baby. Almost so close. Enable the timer only when the stream title contains one or more keywords. She is the devil, jumping on Oh, I see. To get her back again, if she wants to be right, be on the same. Oh. She gets so weak 'cause she's beautiful, crazy, delusional, tells everything. Okay, let's try that out. This in a car, I don't know where we are, but finally know what to think. Timer. That's what he said to me, the preacher, and he put us in a car. I don't know where. Well, anyways, at 11:30, we will be finishing up. How do we do a proper timer on here? Chat. Command. Oh, I guess I would have to make a command for that. Let's try again. Chat commands. Custom command. In the punchline of my own joke. Where's the timer? Laugh so hard, choke. Enable, disable timers. Timers. Oh, I see. 180. Stream title. Custom command. Yes. Let's try that out. Da 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 da. Ooh, I smell snacks. Come run, 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 run. Oh, whoops. IISSING. Well, all right. So I think that's all she wrote for tonight. I think we made decent progress today. We've definitely got farther than I thought we were going to. So if you guys are new here, make sure to follow wherever you like on Twitch is the most stable right now, and then YouTube. The correct YouTube is right there. So the one that I'm streaming from right now on YouTube is just kind of a duct tape situation that I'm doing right now. If you guys would like to read my book for free, I have links in both of my bios. And I will be back on Monday if you guys want to chat offline. I have a Discord and also a book club if you guys are interested in that. I believe that the first one we're going to be reading is either Jennifer Armentrout or maybe I'll make you guys suffer through Heir Apparent with me for like the 8th time or something. But I think that's all she wrote for this stream. And I will see you guys again on Monday.